Guardians of the Galaxy director James Gunn wants the fans to know that despite all the delays in Hollywood and Marvel Studios, nothing in regards to Guardians 3 has been delayed. Yes, that's right, it's still coming at us. And by the sounds of it, we're gonna get it at the decade anniversary of the original Guardians, at the earliest. So there's been a lot of talk in regards to Guardians 3. Is it even happening anymore? What's the plan with it? What's going on? James Gunn, talk about this because, as most people know, first he went on and he did Suicide Squad, or The Suicide Squad, and then we originally found out, it was like, well, right after that's done, he's going to Guardians 3. And then we hear the news of, well, no, actually, he's going to direct Peacemaker, starring John Cena on HBO Max. So that throws a big old kind of confusing factor into everything we knew. So James Gunn was asked about Guardians 3. Is it delayed now? What's happening with it? What's going on? And James Gunn was quick to point out that it's not delayed. Not a single thing in regard to that film has been delayed, and it's still slated to start production and come out in the date that Disney wanted it to, which obviously we don't know yet. And that's kind of interesting, right? Because, again, when is that movie coming? Because we know the entire sort of slate that's laid out in front of us, that we had laid out in front of us. Guardians 3 was never on that slate that went up to 2023, 2024 being empty. So does this mean the film is going to hit 2024? Because it's like going to be a decade since the first one. And at that point, like what, 6-7 years removed from the sequel? That's a pretty huge gap of time, all things considered. And who knows how much might change due to, well, one, everything around the world, two, everything in regards to the direction the MCU is heading in, because James Gunn said before, well, I'd be interested in using some of the Fox characters, but it's going to be too early. I mean, by the time this movie happens, we're already going to have multiple Fox franchises already becoming a part of it. We'll probably even know who's playing Mr. Fantastic and the likes. I mean, we still haven't even heard any ideas of who's coming back for that film, which tells you how far away it is. And maybe Marvel Studios did realize that, hey, James Gunn is going to be booked up at DC for quite a long time. Maybe we do set this movie so far out that we do have to get these other things out of the way. Then we'll wrap up the trilogy and see what happens with the, that universe or that aspect of the MCU moving forward, because there are so many moving factors now. So I guess it's good news that nothing is delayed, but can they at least tell us what the plan is? Because I'd like to know when I'm finally going to see this trilogy wrap up. It'd be nice. It sure would.